Good morning, it's Natalia. Hello, we're doing a special event this morning. We're doing an extended live reading. You know, I normally do my live readings with you and we look at the angel messages for the week, for this brand new week, because it is Monday the 10th of May. But we're doing a special event today, which I did tell you about. I don't know if you got to see the notifications. But we're going to be connecting with the powerful archangels today, and we're going to look at who's the archangel that's aligning with you right now. Why are they aligning with you right now? You're going to pick some cards that I've laid out for you, and we're going to get to have some beautiful messages from the 4 archangels who wanted to work with me, us today, that I've been guided to connect with for you all. So I thought I'd show my face. Seeing as this is a special event, this is where I work. I have the stairs behind me. It looks a lot nicer on the other side. I'll be flipping the camera around soon. But I wanted to just say good morning. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Right, so I'm going to do some hellos. And I want you to get thinking already while I'm saying hello and good morning to everyone about number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now there's a crystal that I've laid out with these cards as well, so you'll get to see the crystal and see whether that really confirms whether you want that number or not. But I will just get you started with that, and I'm going to say hello to everybody. I'm going to say good morning to Barbara Phipps first because she sent me 50 stars, so thank you, darling. If anybody would like to send stars, you are more than welcome. So good morning to David De Benedetto. I haven't seen you for ages, David. How are you doing, my love? It's good to see you here. Sophie Loiseau is here. Hello, Sophie. Thank you for the flower. Good morning, Jane McGuinness. Thank you for the heart. Helena Giles is here. Good morning to you, Helena. Nicole South was the first one to pop on, so a good evening to you, my love. I hope you're doing really well. Jennifer Sylvia, good morning to you, lovely. How are you? Thank you for your lovely message. Who else we got? We got Jackie Mooney. Hello to you, Jackie. Anne McGarry from Dublin. I love the fact that you always remind me that you're in Dublin. In Dublin's fair city, where Anne is so pretty. Good morning to Valentini. Hello, darling. How are you doing? Good morning to the gorgeous Gemma Crow. How are you doing, beautiful? Julie Johnson. Thank you, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well too. Christy Cotterell, good evening to you, lovely. She sent me a beautiful message this morning. I woke up to this gorgeous message from Christiane. It's made my day, it's set the tone for my day. And the sun is shining and the sky's blue. Josie Longchamps is here. Good morning to you, Josie. I want to speak in French when I see your name. Thank you for the stars, Gemma. You're such a darling. Jane Price is here and Jane McGuinness is here. The 2 Janes. Hello, Janes. Hope you well. Vicky Ray, good morning to you. I'm glad you could make it live. Diane Sheik from Africa. We're bringing the African love in this morning. And Laurie's here. Hello, Laurie. How are you doing, darling? Vanessa Dempsey's in the house. Hello, Vanessa. She's doing lots of steps. We're connected on our Fitbits, aren't we, Vanessa? Vanessa's in New York, or is it New Jersey, New York State, anyway. And I'm in the UK, and she's doing a lot more steps than I am. Nana Mo's here. Hi, Nana. And Sandra Yaskiel, you're back in the office working today. Send you some strength. Back in the office. But that's a good thing, right? Get to be with people. Good morning, Jaspal. How are you doing? Rosemary Grundy's here. Hello, sweetheart. Right, I'm going to flip you around now because we want some messages, don't we? But I just thought I would say good morning face to face because it's always nice to do that, isn't it? Good morning to Pauline Nicholson. How are you doing, sweetheart? And thank you so much for the stars, Laurie. Lovely. Right, and now let me figure out how to turn you around. Otherwise, how do I do this? Oh, there it is. See, look how leafy and beautiful it is. The trees are really taking off at the moment. So we got, Lynn Hardy's just sent me stars as well. Good morning to Lynn, and thank you so much for your stars and your support. I'm so grateful to you every week. Laurie's saying you love seeing my face. Well, that's someone. Thank you. Good evening, Sonia Anders. Gemma Crow. I love these earrings as well. Do you know? In a pandemic, I say wear red because it always just makes us feel a little bit more energetic, doesn't it? Pauline Nicholson. Right, can we all send hearts to Pauline Nicholson because it's the first time she's joining us. So lots of love to you, Pauline. Thank you so much. I'm going to get my rose quartz out for you. Here is the rose quartz angel love, and I hope that you'll love it so much you'll never want to leave us and you'll keep coming back, because we're here every Monday at 11 a.m. UK time. Look at all the love that's been sent your way, Pauline. We're an absolutely gorgeous tribe of followers in this group. There's friends and beautiful souls all over the world. It's just an amazing cosmic place to be, if I do say so myself. Evelyn Howard, good morning. And Julie Johnson, Carrie Parry Sheen's here. Hello. All right, shall we get going? Shall we get going? Oh no, and Pauline's just come back from the dentist. You need that, love, because being at the dentist, it's not nice, is it? All right, so I'm going to take you on a tour of the cards, the little card piles that I have created for us this morning, or the archangels have guided me with. So let us start with pile number 1, and we've got a beautiful pink calcite moon. Navenka, good morning, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. So pink calcite moon, isn't that pretty? So that's the number 1. So I'd advise you to think really carefully. Sujata's here. Hello Sujata, how are you doing, my love? I haven't seen you for ages. And then we have a beautiful piece of citrine, a lovely standing point, which is number 2. That's your number 2 crystal. And then moving right along, we've got a big piece of amethyst. I nearly said agate then, because in Crystal Collective, little group that I have where we learn all about crystal and magical powers and how the ancients use them, we're studying agate this week. So I've got agate on the brain, and I nearly called this agate, but it's not. It's purple amethyst. Isn't that beautiful? Athena's here. Hello from Belgium, Athena. I've got Belgium represented today. Isn't that pretty? That is number 3. Jane Norman, good morning, my love. Thank you for joining. And then we have Healerite. Elaine Segal, good morning, darling. This is a beautiful green crystal, and as it says, Healerite is all about healing. So it's a really wonderful healing crystal. This has been by my bedside a lot in the pandemic. So it's a lovely pyramid for number 4. So we've got 4 choices this morning. I know, Sonia, hard choice. Now, with the archangels, you can never have enough archangel abundance, right? So, if you're feeling drawn towards 2 particular ones, then go with that. Go with your gut instincts this morning. Only you can know, and there's no rules. I hate rules, you know me. So we've got some piles of cards. Let me talk you through the cards that I'm using. So first of all, you will be familiar with this deck. And it is the Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards. You'll see Doreen Virtue's name on there, but it's Radley Valentine who is the author of these from now on. She was one of the authors previously, but he's now the publisher of those. And there are some beautiful archangels in those, but I was guided by which archangels wanted to show up this morning, so we have 4 of them. Jane, you're suffering with back pain. Oh, my love, it's the worst, isn't it? So lots of love and healing to you, my love. Then we have 2 cards from this amazing deck. I don't use this enough. And they are the Healing Oracle cards. Now, these came free in a magazine, Soul and Spirit magazine. And they are by a lady called Wendy Thrippleton. And I didn't buy the magazine that these came with. I was on a workshop and a lady had these cards. And I went, oh, where did you get them? You know how we do. And she said, oh, I got them free in a magazine. So I went on eBay. eBay, gotta love eBay, because somebody whose mom died was selling all her decks of cards. And I managed to get these and a couple of other decks. And so they were really lovely. Now, you know what? Just an aside before we start the messages. If you buy a second-hand deck of cards, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I do it all the time. I go to second-hand shops, I buy things on eBay. You know, these out-of-print decks or really hard to obtain decks. All you have to do is to just take the cards and just imprint your energy onto them. breathe into them, meditate with them, put crystals on them to cleanse them. And that's the best way to do that. And you should cleanse your cards all the time anyway, because they do get filled with, clogged up with things, you know, just like anything that gets a bit full of things that we need to get rid of. We've also got my little power word cards, which are those ones there, with a little angel on the back of them. So your Archangel has a word for you this morning. What is that word? And then the other card that we have is the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty. And I'm about to sneeze. Where's this sneeze going? Okay, no, it's gone. I felt like, you know, Scooby-Doo when they're trying to solve a mystery, and then they're just about to nab the ghost, and then Scooby-Doo sneezes. So I felt like that. Anyway, this is the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty, which is my own card deck. So you're going to get one of those cards. Aren't you spoilt this morning? Good morning, Claire Rob. How are you doing, sweetheart? Oh, thank you, Julie. Oh, you just got my book, didn't you? Well, I hope you really enjoy it. All right, my loves. Laurie Ann, can I pick for you? I'm picking one. I'm picking number 1 for you. That's what I'm thinking. So let's see. All right, shall we? Oh, I've got a glass ring on as well and a glass table. Those two don't mix. Nancy's here. Hello, Nancy. Oh, that's lovely to see you. And Sammy Lacey's here, and you're so in need of positive words, number 2. Janine Smelt's here as well. Right, now I'm going to just pause saying hello to everybody while we do the messages. Laurie says I need coffee. So it's really important to focus. Okay, so I'll say some more hellos. I'll say some more hellos as soon as I've done message 1. Oh no, there's a few people coming through. Right, I'll just quickly say good morning to Carol, because she's in hospital getting checked out as you're not so good. Oh, lots of love to you, Carol. I'm so sorry to hear that. You're such a gorgeous lady as well. So sending you lots of love and healing. And Amanda's here. She's hoping everyone had a great weekend. All right, so let's begin with number 1 with the pink calcite. Okay, beautiful pink calcite. This is all about compassion and self-love and new beginnings. So you know how, before we get on to who your Archangel is that's working with you. Hazel Kings, good morning. I can't stop saying hello. Right, I'm going to stop saying hello. I'll come back to you if you're joining. So new moon's all about new beginnings, fresh starts, right? So we've got a new moon coming up this week, actually. This is more like a crescent moon, but you know, it's waxing. And we've got the new moon happening on tomorrow, on the 11th, a new moon in Taurus. So it's a really great opportunity for you to forgive, to forget, to move forward. Because, you know, the more we cling on to, the harder it is to begin new things, because we're filling our mind and our heart with that old stuff. So move on is what I say. Forgive and forget. So who is your Archangel number 1? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? You've got Archangel Michael. And he's represented as the Wheel of Fortune, the number 10 card here. So isn't it interesting that right at the top of the wheel we've got the sign of Taurus, and this Taurus new moon coming up. And this is a really important new moon for you, any of you who chose number 1. About really, you're coming to the end of a cycle, an important cycle. So this could be 10 months, it could be a 10-year cycle. But anyway, Archangel Michael, the energy that he brings is all about cutting the cords with the things that no longer serve us and should not be in our lives, or in our thoughts, in our hearts, in our minds. It's about really letting go and moving forwards, because the wheel is going to keep on turning and moving, and you've got to go with it. Don't get left behind. And it is a good pick for you, Laurie. So Archangel Michael, let me talk about who he is, why he's aligning with you right now. So Archangel Michael is the head of all of the archangels, and he's known as a warrior angel. He comes along with his cobalt blue light. This is cobalt blue. It's a very stunning, vibrant blue. And he works with us through the throat chakra. So you know when you get a lump in your throat? usually because we're upset, we're afraid, we're scared, we think, oh no, I've made a mistake, or I don't know, it's like a lump, I've got to get rid of it, I've got to dissolve that lump. It's that adrenaline building up in your body, isn't it? And he usually works with us during times where we need a lot of protection. So maybe you're feeling a little bit vulnerable. Maybe you are feeling like you've come to the end of something. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be moving house or moving into a new home, or whatever it is that you're starting, endings and beginnings. Helping you to cut the cords with that and saying, send that away with love. Be confident and bold enough to step into the next adventure. And you've heard the calling, he's all about the throat chakra, which is not just about expression and creativity, it's also about how we hear what's being said to us, and the way we hear what messages we need to know and understand is because they might come through being channeled through a conversation that you overhear. That happens to me. A while ago, I remember walking down the street and hearing these two young boys talking about this Segway. It was a message for me, I had a problem and I was ruminating over, and I just couldn't work out what to do, and the message was not to move forward or backwards, but to segue, to move to the side, step aside, and sideways moves, stay put, just keep edging and inching along. And so you can have it through songs that you hear on the radio, or conversations that you hear, somebody saying something to you. You can see a big billboard, an advertisement on a bus, all kinds of different ways. Maybe just through watching and listening to this video this morning. And this is a really good message as well, because if you are interested in the archangels and how you can ask them to align with you and work with you, don't be sort of waiting impatiently thinking, well, I chose number 4, it's going to take her ages to get to my bit, because there's lots of things you can learn about this. He's not just aligning with anybody who chose number 1. He will align with you at different times, or you may ask for Archangel Michael's help to protect you, to help cut the cords with something, to release something, to help you to be brave enough to step into a situation, to have courage, to be bold. Maybe you have some resource that needs protecting. Maybe family need protecting, or you need protection for something, and this is a great way of him working with you. Now, how can you feel Archangel Michael's presence around you? How does he make himself known? The name Michael can come up a lot. Have you seen that film Serendipity, where those two people, they meet in New York, they're both buying a pair of gloves, and they pick one glove up each at the same time, and then they find themselves really attracted to one another. It's a fantastic film, and you should watch it if you haven't seen it. But anyway, this guy, they don't actually get together, they have other partners, they go away, and the guy in the situation is getting married, and this girl that he had this serendipitous meeting with is called Sarah, and everywhere he goes to get his hair cut. And the normal hairstylist is having the day off, and so he goes, oh, you're cutting my hair, who are you? And she goes, I'm Sarah. And then he's driving along in a taxi, and he has the window down, and then there's a bicycle courier at the side of him singing this song that's got Sarah in the title, and everywhere he goes he sees the name Sarah. So Michael can communicate with you like that, and also seeing these flashes of blue. Now, the other thing that Archangel Michael does, and this is something that I've experienced during meditation, is to sort of waft like a warm breeze around you. So he has like this warm sort of air current. So you might experience that as well. You might be sitting there, just doing something not particularly interesting or exciting, and then all of a sudden you just kind of feel this sort of breeze but warmth, and you think, where did that come from? There's no air conditioning on, there's no heating on, I haven't got a window open, how did that happen? And that can be Archangel Michael. So why is he aligning with you today? Well, he wants you to move forward. He's saying, don't hang on to the past or the things that have gone. Really to clear away resentment, that's really important. Whatever's stuck in your throat chakra at the moment, he wants you to meditate and clear that. And a really fantastic crystal for the Archangel Michael energy, and the throat chakra is blue lace, agate, and lapis lazuli as well. And blue lace agate, you can actually pop it into an elixir, so you can put it into a water bottle or a glass of water, and you can drink that. So not every crystal is you're able to do that with, so do be careful. Do your research before you start putting crystals into water and drinking the contents of that. But blue lace agate is one of those. You may find also, if you've got blocks in the throat chakra, you get aches in your neck, in your shoulders. You have teeth problems, you have sore throat, you can have problems with sinuses, ear, nose and throat, and shoulders and neck. You know, that's the blue of the throat chakra. So yeah, he wants you to know that, you know, you can't fail. Just jump right in. He's there, he's got you. It's like when, you know, you learning to ride a bicycle and you've got your stabilizer wheels on, and he wants to take those stabilizer wheels off, and he wants to be there steadying you as you learn to ride the bicycle. He's got you, okay? Don't worry. And he wants you to have compassion for this new beginning, for all the old stuff, compassion for yourself. You know, we all make mistakes. That's what Archangel Michael's saying to you this morning. We've all done things that are really dumb. I could bore you for hours with all the dumb things I've done. You don't want to know about that. But if we keep holding on to that and saying, oh, you know, I'm such a loser, I'm such a failure, or I'm so stupid, and all that kind of, you know, it's the throat chakra is how you talk to yourself. Because if you talk to yourself in a negative way, you're supposed to be your own best friend, you know? Would you like it if your best friend spoke to you like that? No, you want them to be your biggest supporter, the person who loves you the most and supports you the most. Thank you for the stars, Marianne and Carol. You're so kind, and Andrea as well. Thank you so much for your support. Everybody who sent me stars this morning, I really appreciate it. All right. So what is your word that Archangel Michael is bringing you this morning? And let me know if you've got any questions about Archangel Michael. I will try to answer them. Reality. Ooh, so, you know, this is reality. This is your word. I want you to write this down. Oh, Nicole, you've been calling yourself a loser all day after a serious dumb moment yesterday. You know what? You're a learner. You're not a loser. Because every time you do something that you perceive to be dumb and stupid and ridiculous, is about learning. It's about the reality of life. We have to make mistakes because we learn so much from them, don't we? It's like me with DIY. I've done so many things wrong, and now when I do DIY, I'm like, hey, oh, I know what happens here. Let me just make sure I do this. And it just makes me so much more accomplished, because if you don't make mistakes, then what's the point? And also, I always say, mistakes and silliness and you know, daft things that we do are dress rehearsals so that we don't foul up and fail on a really huge scale. So we've got to do that. So the things that you want can become a reality. You just have to be brave enough to move towards them. Things are getting real. And the throat chakra is all about getting real with yourself, being honest with yourself. You know, what is the reality of the situation? Just open your eyes to it. It might not be very nice. You know, the truth can hurt sometimes, can't it? But he has your back. The reality is, yes, this may be a struggle. You may feel powerless or afraid, or I don't want to do this, or I don't want to let go of that. But the reality is you have to, because in order for you to experience the reality that we want to experience, we got to let go. We got to move forwards. Oh, Nicole, you lost your phone while out on a date. Well, it sounds like a good date. If you were that and mesmerised with your date that you lost your phone, oh, bless your heart. We've all put our phones down somewhere, haven't we? We've all done it. Okay, so we have some more messages for you from the Healing Oracle cards. So Archangel Michael would like you to know that you must find the real you. You know your path. So the word real, getting real, reality is all about you finding the right path. So sometimes we have to be given a reality check. Sometimes we have to hear the truth, see the truth. We have to have things taken out of our lives. We have to let go of things. We have to be brave enough to move forward and do something new. But that is getting us onto our right path. And if we resist everything that's new, or if we try and hang on to the old, outmoded, worn out things, or the worn out ways of talking to ourselves, then the only reality we'll know is that one. So there's a little bit of homework for you today, my loves. If you chose number 1, I want you to write down the keywords that came up for you. Do a little word map, you know, what are the 10 words that are coming out for you today, and then circle the one that's most powerful, that feels like it's really resonating with you. So you might need to come back and watch the replay to do that, but that's good. So you know your path. It's like the throat chakra is all about we're going to get the calling, or we maybe had the calling, and this is where the soul remembers things. And this is where we can be our authentic selves. It's like, find the real you, you know. You know your path. You know it. Sometimes we go, oh no, I don't, you know, because we're spending so much time in that kind of negative, I don't, I can't, I won't, rather than, okay, I'm open. I'm an open vessel for whatever you want to show me. What's reality? And then your second message from the Healing Oracle cards is, you are loved. Power is yours. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? What would you do if you had proof? If I could suddenly manifest Archangel Michael to stand right in front of us in this video, we'd all be like, oh, I'm a believer. I'm going to run right out that door and I'm going to do something powerful because I know I'm loved, and Archangel Michael appeared before us this morning. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But you know, sometimes you just have to feel that power. You have to say to yourself, I am loved. I believe that. I believe I'm worthy of love. All of the universe is conspiring to support me, and Archangel Michael's there with me, and he's the head of all the archangels. So wherever I need pointers, wherever I need support, he's bringing that in, and the power is mine. So my darlings, the reality this morning is you are loved. The power is yours. You've got to work on finding that real you so that you know your path and that you can really get on that path. Isn't that exciting? So I want to end with the message from my Oracle deck, which is the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty. These are available to order if you like. And your card is Pure and Simple Inspiration and Courage, remember? Courage, that's what you need. You just simplify things, get real, speak your truth, and that is where you'll find your treasure. So we have this beautiful blue, this is the blue of blue lace agate, isn't it? It's that gorgeous, very celestial blue colour. And you know, the lotus flower really embodies the throat chakra, I feel, because it's all about that real you emerging from all the gunk and all of the slime and all of the dirt. You know, it was at the bottom of the pond, and it fought its way up and out and opened those petals to show the treasure, the jewel that is there within you. Speak your truth. You know, pure and simple. It's when we're realistic with ourselves. I'm not talking realistic as in, oh, I can't do things, like limiting. Talking about saying to yourself, if I want to have a different life, if I've got these dreams and goals and ambitions, how can I purify that? How can I simplify that? How can I distill that down into something simple? What is the reality of what I am doing? What is the reality of what I'm not doing today? Because that is where the buried treasure is, right there, in getting real with yourself and being honest with yourself. And Archangel Michael's going to help you. It's you know, Archangel Michael is an archangel who's so powerful. He literally, you say his name 3 times, Michael, 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 and he's there. And look out for signs for the rest of the week. Look out for signs that he's around you. Okay, so Laurie's saying, no mud, no lotus has been your mantra for a while. I love that. I love it. Okay, so how was that? Did you enjoy that message from the archangels? Now, if you've had your message, I would advise you not to go away, because we'll get to learn more about the archangels. And so if you want to stick around and hear what the other messages are and the other information about the other three archangels, then I'd love you to stay and hear those messages. So our second archangel, if you chose number 2 and the citrine crystal, citrine crystal's all about wealth. It's about, I'm just laughing because Sonia said, I actually love this, but saying my ex-hubby's name, well, you know, Michael was in your life for a reason, and your souls were connected, so he's an important part of your journey in this lifetime. So maybe that's about the forgiveness and letting go of any kind of feelings that you have that are a bit every time you say his name. Just saying. That letting go. A beautiful citrine, yeah. And citrine is about joyfulness. It's about being in the moment. It's about peak experiences. You know, if we can't enjoy where we are right now, what else can we enjoy? You know, we're always looking for something more and better, and we want to go higher, but you know, right in this moment, we are standing within lots of abundance. So it's about looking around us and seeing that. So who is your archangel and why are they aligning with you right now? Let's bring these cards forward. Oh, do you know, I just stretched then. I did lovely stretching this morning. It's so nice to stretch, isn't it? Okay, so your archangel is the High Priestess Archangel Haniel. Isn't she absolutely beautiful? Now, Haniel is saying to you, I would like you to connect to your higher power, to your higher self. And I would like you to really pay attention to the fact that you are super powerful when it comes to intuition. So, you know, we're all intuitive. We've all got this sixth sense, this inner knowing. We are very powerful. And we forget this power, because we come into this lifetime almost with amnesia, but there's little pockets of remembrance. But then we're told that no, everything is black and white and straightforward, and you know, but we're kind of raised generally in society in the past to be very scientific in our way of living. And now, you know, the kids that have been born in the age of Aquarius, there is so much more. You know, meditation used to get laughed at, and now sports people are doing it, and now all of the you know, the science community and the medical profession are they're all over it now and saying, yes, it does do things to the brain, it does help. So Archangel Haniel's coming along today to remind you that she's working with you to help you to expand and broaden your intuition, to believe in those gut feelings, those, you know, those feels that you have. Because you're right, you're absolutely on the money. Now, how will you know Archangel Haniel is working with you? Well, she's the angel who is the angel of helping us to connect to our intuition, helping us to really connect with those angelic realms, the spiritual realms, to get those messages of guidance, to get those feelings, and you know, when we really need to dive into our intuition. But she's also works with us through our dreams. So this week in particular, she'd like you to have a dream journal of some kind next to you. She'd also like you to communicate with her through your dreams as well, and through your sleep phases. So if you have any particular concerns, if you have any particular requests, anything that you'd like answers to, each night before you go to bed, I would advise you to take a piece of paper and just write those things down, and start that little note to Archangel Haniel. Dear Haniel, thank you for helping me to whatever it is that you want or you need answers to, support with, guidance around, or if you just want to say thank you for aligning with me, thank you for working with me to help me to understand my role in the world, and to help me to connect with my divine intuition and my gut feelings and my instincts. And thank you for sending me messages through my dreams. So it's a kind of two-part thing here. So put those messages under your pillow. She's working with you through the third eye chakra and the crown chakra. So the best way to do that is to connect with her in your dreams. Moonstone and selenite are two really fantastic crystals to work with, to have by your bedside while you're sleeping. If you have either of those, that's fantastic, or to wear those pieces as jewellery, or to have them around you during the day, carry a piece in your pocket or something, but particularly at night. And she's also represents the moon. So we have the new moon coming up tomorrow. So this is a really important new moon for you in terms of you connecting with Haniel and all of her guidance and messages. But she'd also like you to do some kind of ritual. So to light a candle, to just sit, meditate, just breathe, close your eyes, and really try to consciously connect with Haniel, because she wants to send you some really important intuitive guidance this week, and she wants you to sit with that, to build the relationship with her this week, to explore your dreams. So when you wake up from dreaming, to write that down straight away. So keep a pen and paper by your bedside or a journal, and then look up the messages from those dreams. What does it mean? What does it mean about dreaming about a particular animal or doing a particular activity? Those dreams hold some really important gold for you, you know. It's really good for you to explore further and try and understand what those meanings are. So the word that she has for you is release. So look at the way her hands are open. So when I see the word release here, the first thing that came up as a follow-on word was expectations. Release expectations. So I feel as though one of the messages she wants to pass on to you, and the reason why she's aligning with you if she chose number 2, is that you are almost grasping. So, you know, when we start any intuitive work, or we start learning to read cards, or we want to connect with our angels, or we want signs from loved ones in heaven, or whatever it is, that we want some guidance. And we get very much like we've ordered a parcel from Amazon. So we go, okay, I want an order confirmation straight away. So I want to see something that confirms for me in the way that I'm expecting that message got through and that they're communicating with me. And I want to know exactly when it's coming. So I'm standing there kind of drumming your fingers on the table, going, where is it? What's going on? And getting really, you know, the grasping and expecting. And she's saying to you, you know, have patience, because the connection takes a while to build. It's like tuning a radio. You have to keep tuning. You can't just sort of twiddle the knob on the radio and then say, oh, it's not working. You've got to sit and patiently keep on adjusting and keep on trying to forge that connection. And some days you won't make it, and other days it'll become crystal clear, and then you go back on another day and you just feel like you've lost it again because it's moved around. You know, that's every relationship that's worth building is worth the energy and the effort, isn't it? So she would like you to release expectations, release fear, release negativity around this, and release this demanding kind of timelines and micromanaging things, because this is so unpredictable, and so, you know, it's not for everyone. This is why I have so much respect for people who devote their lives to spiritual practice and to do healing and to do divination and all those things, because that connection takes years to build. I'm 52 now, and I've been working like this, well, not to this depth, but, you know, trying to build the connection since I was 17 years old. That's a heck of a long time, and my maths is terrible, so I won't try and work it out. But, you know, it's a lifelong quest. And when I look back to 2 years ago, if you had a reading with me, if you have a reading with me now, you'd see a big difference in I'm much more open to messages and much more tuned in. But, you know, I'm still working on myself. Like, it's never clear enough. It's never good enough. I'll keep on going. So those are, I hope those resonate with you, with those messages with Haniel and why she's aligning with you. And your healing oracle card messages, you are healed and miracles are free. Now she's a very healing angel, so there are certain things that needed to be healed and cleansed and released. Look at these. They almost look like, to me, like reeds coming out of the water. And that almost looks like the process of that lotus flower coming up. So it's on the ascension. You are ascending because you're healing. So anything you can do to open your third eye chakra, anything you can do to open your crown chakra and do some meditation would be wonderful. Miracles are free. Miracles come in all shapes and forms. So again, release attachments to the way that those miracles will come up in your life, and also release the things that are holding you back, that are wounds that are being asked to heal. So it's almost like she's saying to you, you know, you've got work to do. She's going to work with you through your dreams this week, and she wants to help you to heal. So anything you can do to heal is wonderful. And Izzy, you are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. You're amazing too. So you just bought a cushion and it's all of those colours, Nanamo. Wow, beautiful colours, good choice. And she says also, be free from stress, identify this. So she wants you to identify, where are your stressors? What are the things at the moment that are really stressing you out, that are triggering you, that are making you feel just you're holding on to pent-up energy. You're holding on to things that, you know, in this moment, right, I want everyone to just feel, what are your shoulders doing? What's your jaw doing? Just relax it down. My shoulders are so tense in this moment because I'm concentrating so hard. And we don't realise just how much stress, even though I'm doing something really lovely, and, you know, I'm holding stress and tension in my body as I do it. So identify this. Find ways to release that stress any way you can. That's what Archangel Haniel's doing. She's also going to show you ways to relieve stress. She wants to help you to identify that. And you might be feeling a bit like, oh, I wanted a really powerful message. I wanted to be told what's my life purpose and where am I going. But it's almost like you can't move forward until you've released the clutter, the stuff that's holding, you know, if we walk around and we're so tense and angry and upset or just feeling jittery all the time, we're not being our best selves. We're not allowing that almost like that pure sense of ourselves to come through. And that's what she's asking you to do. We want to identify those things so you can really, you know, connect with those miracles. So your message, if you chose number 2, is, isn't that interesting that we've got number 8? So it's a really important number for power. With the Archangel Michael message, we had the number 6, and that is all about the daily routines. You know, the reality of everyday life is the 6 energy. It's about getting into harmony with that. Number 8 is about finding our power, but not in that kind of, you know, that way we're fighting our way through things. Archangel Haniel's energy is all about the mystery. It's about solving the mystery. It's about being open to it. Deep breaths, calm, allowing the messages to come through, allowing yourself to feel lost and be calm about that. You know, release any kind of agitation that you have. Maybe you're not feeling like you've got great peace of mind. Maybe you're feeling very alone with things. Archangel Haniel is the angel who encourages us to be alone so that we can have those pockets of peace, so that we can have that divine connection. Because when we're alone and we're not surrounded by noise and other people's stuff, that's when we can heal and we can be open to the messages that are coming through to us. So this is an important time for you. So release your expectations or your grasping of the way you're pushing and trying to make things the way that you want them to be. Archangel Haniel wants to show you a different way. I hope that those messages resonated with you. My loves, be joyful. She's going to show you ways to do that. Now let's move along to our beautiful Amethyst. And Amethyst is also about intuition and protection and highest self and third eye chakra. And it's about making sure that, you know, when you are doing any kind of inner work, amethyst is a really fantastic stone to have around you. I always have this really big piece of amethyst there in the corner on my table at all times whenever I'm doing readings, whenever I'm working on angel things, angel related things. So it's really, really important to keep amethyst around you. If you want to open your third eye chakra, you want to be more aware of the messages, the signs, the symbols, and you want to be protected and protect yourself from other people's energy and negative vibes. So let us have a look and see what are your messages and who is your archangel if you chose number 3. And we have Gabrielle. Gotta love Gabrielle. She's absolutely beautiful angel. Now she is another angel who's a bit like Michael, insistent, very powerful. She wants us to move forward. She's going to push us. It's like she's got some kind of poking stick, sticking it into the small of your back and nudging you along. And she wants to make you feel uncomfortable. So she's represented here as the awakening. And she's showing that we can only have an awakening when we're turned upside down, when we see things differently, when we see things from a different perspective. Why have I got lots of black on my finger? I have no idea. I think it might be my mascara. I just saw that then. I thought, wow, what is that? So Archangel Gabrielle is the angel who wants us to create things. She wants to wake us up. And she wanted to disconnect us. I hope you're still all with me. For a moment, I lost you. Valentini's got to go, but you'll watch the replay. Thank you so much. Bless your heart. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you being here, Valentini. And she wants us to dig deep and be courageous enough to flip things on their head. And to say, where am I doing the same things all the time? Where do I feel trapped and stuck? There is another way out of this. There is a way for me to rejig my life, to reappoint my life, to get that power. I'm protected as I do that. Now, she's aligning with you at the moment because she's coming in with an announcement. She wants to wake up your world, shake up your world, and tell you to do something differently, to do something to wake you from your apathy, from your slumber. So she's often shown holding a trumpet. She's the angel who's said to be, she's a messenger angel basically. All angels are messengers, but she's particularly powerful message bringer, message giver. And she announced the births of Jesus and John the Baptist in the Bible. She gave information to Moses about the 10 Commandments. So she was pretty influential angel. She's tasked with that, with being a message bringer. And she's aligning with you because there's some important piece of writing, speaking, teaching, or creative project, making something, creating something that she wants you to give birth to, because she's often shown holding a baby as well. So it could be all of those things, you know. It could, you know, not just be one. It could, you know, because a lot of them are all kind of interwoven with one another. She's all about the sacral chakra, which is that fire, passion, energy. So it's a passionate connection with our life purpose through some kind of awakening. So something may get shaken up in your life. And she's very blunt. She's quite ballsy angel, if I'm allowed to say that. She comes with sharp, loud noises. The ways that you can find that Archangel Gabrielle is around you is you can get an important letter, email, telephone call, text message. You can hear sharp, loud noises like whistles blowing, sirens blaring, a car horn tooting, you know, just at the moment when you're thinking about something. She also brings with her the number 111. So if you see lots of repeating number ones, she wants to kick you at the backside and get you to start something, or to keep on going with something, to get it out there. Or maybe you've hit a deadlock, maybe you've hit a roadblock, and she wants you to find another way to do it. She's saying to you, keep on going, there's another way. And maybe I'm gonna, you know, enlighten you. So you could get some big aha moments, some big light bulb moments, some flash of inspiration, some idea. And then she's going to push you relentlessly forward to make that happen, to take that idea and move it forward. So that's why she wants to align with you at the moment. So what is your healing oracle card message? Gain clarity and believe. Oh yes, look. So I like these cards because they look sometimes like kaleidoscopes. And I love that analogy of the kaleidoscope with her, with Archangel Gabrielle, because she's saying, Pauline, did you press the frowning angry face? I wondered who was angry. I was thinking, don't be angry. So she's helping you to adjust the kaleidoscope of your vision, of your lens that you're looking through the world, and to create flowers. So everything might be all kind of higgledy-piggledy, but when you turn yourself upside down and you look from a different perspective, she's like, oh, look, it's a lot clearer. And look, when you look from that angle, actually, there's no way that these don't look beautiful and like flowers. But when you turn it that way, does that look like a butterfly? Isn't that amazing? See, when we look at it like that, it looks like a flower. When we look at it like that, it looks like a butterfly. When we look at it like that, it looks like a star shape, sending beams of light everywhere. So, you know, Pauline, you dropped your phone. I hope it's not broken, lovely. There's so many different ways to look at something, and this is creativity. This is like if you try to do something one way, try another and try again and believe in yourself. And she's going to keep blaring horns at you and whistles and sirens, and she's just going to keep, you know, every time you're thinking about something negative or you're thinking about letting something go or not doing something or doing, you know, things a certain way, she might come in with a message for you. So pay attention, because she's going to be very noisy in your life this week. Dissolve blocks, feel free. So she wants you to dissolve things. She wants you to dissolve away the negativity, to dissolve away anything that's like a big old, you know, cumbersome kind of thing that you're letting get in the way of anything that is preventing you from being free to move forward. And it all begins with being truthful with yourself. We've got this blue light at the center that is saying to you, hear the truth and move on. Hear the message, and then, you know, where are you lying down in front of yourself? Where are you getting in your own way? It's really interesting, because I think that she's the angel who's working with me this week, because, you know, Facebook memories. This Facebook memory came up where a few years ago I wrote 10 ways to be successful in business if you're self-employed. And I'd written all these words of wisdom. And I read them this morning. I was thinking, blimey, you know what? I was in a completely different frame of mind then. And I need to hear my own message. I need to follow my own guidance, because I'm not doing those things that I was advising people about. And yeah, I need to wake up and a shake up, and I need to dissolve the blocks where I perceive that I'm blocked. I think that I'm stuck, because this is like the Hanged Man in the tarot. And the Hanged Man's hands are free. His feet are bound, but he could lean upwards and you know, untie himself. Sometimes we're afraid. Sometimes we don't see it. We just complain about the one thing that's holding us stuck, when there's so many different ways to be free, to free ourselves. Or we could just hang around there for a while and just contemplate life, and that's okay too. So, your word from Archangel Gabrielle is reflection. I love this because I want to say it's like, you know, when you look at a reflection of yourself, you see yourself differently to when somebody takes a picture of you behind a lens. So we're always looking in our reflection, but maybe we're not seeing ourselves as others see us. So I think that it would be really great for you. Your homework is to go and ask people, what can I do better? Look at that. That's like the sun rising above this. And reflect upon it. Get some feedback. So if you're in business and you think you know what your customers want, you think you know what's the way forward, why don't you go ahead and ask your customers? Why don't you say, what do you want from me? Why don't you ask the people that are closest to you, where can I improve my life? Where am I standing in my own way? If you were me, what advice would you give yourself? What do you really want to tell me that you know I do or I don't do, and you just want me to know? and reflect upon it. You know, it's really important that you have that ability to be honest with yourself, because Archangel Gabriel wants you to get honest, to get real, to free yourself. And you'll remain stuck if you don't get, you know, that advice and that important inspiration. Because when we're always looking in the mirror, we see the same thing all the time. We have to look through a different lens. All right, and your message from Archangel Gabriel from my deck is change your life. Oh yes, you know, Archangel Gabriel, the other thing is she's the angel of change. Change sits in the sacral chakra. It's around the navel, the belly button area of the body. And you know, this number 7 is all about miracles, and miracles can only happen if we're open to them, and if we are prepared to accept the change that this powerful archangel wants to bring into our lives. Move on. I think this has been a really consistent message this morning, hasn't it, about moving on, about healing, releasing, getting reality checks, getting things reflected back to us, about where is it that we need to change in order to have this fulfillment. If you want adventure, you've got to be prepared to have a bag packed. You know, if you don't want to pack your bag, or you don't even have a bag, this could be a virtual bag. It's a metaphorical bag. Maybe it's a physical bag. You know, it's like you want to do things, but you don't have the tools to do it. You need to go out and act as if. It's like I was going, oh, I want to go out more. I'm sick of being stuck at home. And people were inviting me to do things and I was saying no. And then I thought to myself, you know what? If you keep saying no, you're going to be stuck like this forever. Or if you don't have something nice to wear, you're always going to be reluctant to go out to nice places because you think, I've got nothing to wear, so I won't go. So you've got to go and buy the stuff and act as if, you know, and you attract those things into your life. You become what it is you want your life to be. And that's the really important message. If you don't get your sails ready, that wind can't carry you. So that, another really powerful message for you who chose number 3. And then our final message. Patiently you have waited for this final message, and here it is, your angel, if you chose number 4. Oh, before I get started, I need to tell you about your crystal. Sorry about this. So let me talk about the shape that you've chosen here with this crystal. So this is Healerite. This is a very powerful healing crystal. It represents the heart chakra, which is what we love doing. It represents loving and approving of ourselves and healing. Healing anything that we're holding on to that is not good for us, any spiritual ailments or impediments to our growth and to living our best lives in this lifetime. This is about real intense self-love. So not talking to ourselves in a negative way. It's about really approving of ourselves in every way, no matter what we do. And if you've done something that you don't like, instead of beating yourself up, saying, I love you, you need a hug right now, and I'm going to give you all the self-love, because we need it, don't we? Self-care is where it's at for you. And, you know, with any pyramid, we need this really powerful four-sided base. So we have to, in order to ascend, we have to build important foundations for everything to be based upon. And so it's so important that we do that. The building is where it's at. Because otherwise we get a wonky structure. We get like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is great, you know. But it's, you know, that's probably one of the only structures that people find fascinating and lovely. Normally, if we had a tower that was leaning, it's not a good thing, is it? So who is the Archangel who is aligning with you? If you chose number 4 in the Healerite crystal, it is Archangel Metatron. So Archangel Metatron is shown here on this card as driving those 2 horses. So let's talk about the 2 horses first of all. So he's in the chariot and the 2 horses are pulling him along. And he's in charge. Okay, so this represents, the Archangel Metatron represents the Merkaba, which is the chariot that we move through every lifetime within. And this is a powerful awakening for you that you're actually in charge of these horses. They're not in charge of you. And we have the black and the white horse representing our lighter side, This is, you know, our purpose. It says when we feel powerful, when we feel alive, when we feel really good about ourselves, when we feel as though we believe in where we're going, we've got that connection to who we are and what we want to achieve. And then we've got our shadow. And the shadow can be all of the lessons that we came here to learn, the challenges that come up in front of us. So where we feel down and we feel fed up about ourselves, or where we have those, you know, less than positive sides of ourselves that are a bit shadowy, a bit shady. You know, where we beat ourselves up and we go, oh, I wish I wasn't like that. And we can't ever run away from our shadow. It's not bad, it's part of us. And it's about learning to live with both of those aspects of us. It's not about saying, I'm on this day I'm good, and then when I'm, you know, leaning into my shadow, or these challenges come up into my life, that my life is bad. It's not about polarity, it's about a mixture of those two energies. And it's about controlling them, about trying to, you know, see them, be honest with yourself, say, you know, I know what my shadow attributes are, and I'm going to send love to them. Because they need it, because they're in the darkness and I want to bring them out into the light. But they'll always be a part of me, and I'm going to love that no matter what. I'm going to learn to love that part of me. Colleen, your chariot awaits. Absolutely. So this is the important vehicle that Archangel Metatron helps us to understand, that we are in this vehicle, that we're the driver. Because a lot of the time we spend our lives asleep in the back seat of the Merkaba. But actually, you know, we chose our path in this lifetime. We discussed those things that we wanted to experience in this lifetime with our guardian angel. And then we come into this lifetime and we start saying, you know, our life is not just about all the things we'll do and the people we'll meet, the places we'll go and the money we'll earn. It's about those hardships that we'll go through. It's about that grief, that loss, those times when we're on our knees. Our soul has to experience that. And then we start blaming God, or we start lashing out at other people or the angels. We start going, angels, you know, they've let me down. But actually, you know, you chose this. And it's hard to remember that. It's hard to come to terms with that in those darkest times. You know, I've been in dark places where I've felt like it's not fair. I'm on my own. Nothing in the universe is supporting me. And I have to remember that I chose to experience those things. And part of my soul's growth is going through the absolute face in the dirt moments, as well as the really high vibrational times, and the laughter and the love and the success. Maybe success is about failure. Have you ever thought about that? It's about those failed relationships. When you do those things, you know, when you I'm just laughing because I'm kind of thinking back to, you know, my checkered love life, and where you go, oh, I wish I'd never gone down that road or that rabbit hole with that person. And it's about looking back and going, well, I had to experience that, and we were bringing gifts and lessons and, you know, karmic payments to one another, and it's all part of my life on this earth, and I'm not going to start regretting any of it. Even though there are times, do you ever have those moments where you think, I wish I'd never done that thing? But it's all part of you, and it's about, you know, bring the Healerite back. It's about you, loving every part of you, and all your decisions, every single one of them are absolutely perfect. That's what Metatron wants you to know. And he wants, oh, listen to that, Archangel Haniel. So Archangel Gabrielle, horns beeping. She's going, oh, yes. You do have to fall in order to rise, and then you're going to fall down again. I can guarantee you. That's the only thing I can guarantee you, that you will have falls and scraped knees and bloody noses and all of that. But Metatron's reminding you of your strength, of miracles, and of you're on your path, you're doing your thing. You've got the willpower to achieve things and to keep moving forwards. Just keep on keeping on. He's such a powerful archangel. Now, the ways in which you may see his alignment with you, you might see this week that he's around you, flashing lights. You might spot somebody's aura. You might see really colourful lights. You know, anything like that comes up for you is Archangel Metatron. And also important things to do with your purpose. So anything this week that connects with your purpose, where you might be asking the question, where do I go from here? What do I do? So you can say to Archangel Metatron, this week you're working with me. Thank you, Metatron. Please show me the way. Show me signs. Show me what is the direction I need to go in. Give me confirmation about what's next for me, because he clearly wants to share that with you. Now, I saw a bee floated past the window while I was talking about that. And so remember, you've got to look out for these signs. They're all around us. And because I was talking about purpose, if you think about bees, they are very much about being, busy, having a purpose, and the way in which they do something. So each bee in the hive has a purpose, very important purpose, but that contributes to the planetary whole. So did you know that the only reason we can drink coffee is because of bees pollinating coffee plants? The only reason we can wear our jeans is because they pollinate cotton. So, you know, every bee in the hive has contributed to that pair of jeans you're wearing, that cup of coffee you had this morning. And this is you, you know, every little thing you're doing contributes to everybody in the world. So we're all connected and we all have a really valuable purpose. And to never run yourself down and think that you're not worthy or you're not as good as somebody else. It's not comparing. It's like staying in your lane, being very determined and saying, you know, I make a difference to the world, because you do. So what does Archangel Metatron want to tell you? What is your word? Your word today is cleanse. Okay, cleanse. So as I said, I feel like there's this general message about letting go of the old stuff and moving ahead. We've got this fabulous new moon tomorrow on the 11th of May. So, you know, the 11th day, it's going to be really important. So look out for any kind of messages that your particular archangel wants to send you, because they're aligning with you. So cleanse, what does Archangel Metatron want you to cleanse? He wants you to cleanse your sacral chakra, because he works with you through the sacral chakra, through your passion, through fire energy. So what are you passionate about? And what is it that you need to move out of the way that is blocking you, blocking your path, blocking your purpose, blocking your passion? So let's get a little bit more information from the Healing Oracle cards. Clear the space around you. Feel the energy from the light. So it's a simple thing. I was talking to some friends about everybody's got this kind of thing about me, like we're always clearing and decluttering, and the space that you live in, so, you know, clean and perfect. And, you know, I've got this obsession with minimalist living at the moment and making everything just feel really lovely and tidy around me. And that's not about trying to control things and be obsessively cleaning and what have you. It's about, you know, objects and clutter that we have in cupboards and drawers and around us generally. It absorbs energy, it holds energy, it reminds us of the past. And so it's, you know, part of I got to walk the talk with you. And so I had to go on a mission to clear the space around me. I had that very strong message from Archangel Metatron about cleansing the space. So I had to live in a place, live in a way that encourages purity, pure energy to flow through me. If I have tons of clutter around me and it's driving me mad, and I have no routine or no, you know, if I go in a cupboard and I can't find something, then that's just going to make me agitated. It's just holding on to bad vibrations. So I needed to make those important decisions about that. So I feel like that's a message for you about clearing the space around you. Just start with one place, one drawer, one cupboard, one bedside table. Just have a look and see. Do the Marie Kondo thing where you go, does this bring love and joy into my life? If it doesn't, I release it with love, you know. So Andrea's decluttering too. And it's, you know, it feels good. I mean, it's very time consuming, but it's wonderful. And then once you get the bug, you know, you'll really get into it. So that's the first message, your homework from Archangel Metatron. And the second is shine for who you are. Don't doubt. So we have this gorgeous green here. So shining within the heart chakra of, when I do something I love, when I build these really important foundations to, and I have this intention to ascend to the highest point of whatever my purpose is. I'm an open vessel for Archangel Metatron to work through me, and I'm willing to shine. He's saying to you, shine bright like a star, like a diamond. You know, have in mind that point, but build from the base. And some of that's cleansing, some of that's clearing away those doubts about yourself. You know, where you feel like, oh, I shouldn't say this, or oh, I feel like I'm showing off, or what would other people think of me? The people who love you for you will always follow you and have your back. You're always going to get somebody who goes, oh my goodness, did you see him? Did you see what was going on there? And they're going to bitch about you, and they're not going to like you, and they're going to resent you. And you're going to have those people. And you're also going to have the people who will be there going, I think you're great. Keep on shining. You're an inspiration. Don't doubt yourself. I love you. And you have yourself. You know, you've got to do that for yourself as well. Because if you let the haters, if you let the doubters hold you down, then they've won. And they're living their life through you. And also what other people think of us is none of our business. All we can do is, we can't twist ourselves into shape to try and please people, because my goodness, we would be like a chameleon 24/7. We'd never be our authentic selves. We'd be constantly trying to be something that other people want us to be. What kind of life is that? Just shine for who you are. And don't doubt in any sense that that is the wrong thing, because who you are is absolutely right for you. Okay? And your message from my Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty is, you have choices. Now, first of all, we've got this beautiful yellow, which is all about your solar plexus chakra. It's about your power, the power to acknowledge the shadow within you as well as the light. And you've got to know the light as well as the shadow, because a lot of the time we concentrate on the shadow too much. Being okay with those two riding side by side, side by side, and having the reins of that, and knowing that you've got the power to keep those heading in the direction that you want to, being very clear about your direction, being powerful enough to know that when I reach a crossroads, I'm going to go to my angels and I'm going to ask them for their wisdom, because they always have my back, and they always know what it is that I need to do. Asking for help and support does not make you weak. It makes you strong enough to go and ask for that help. And also, when you're building those choices into your life, when you're making those important choices, really consider what is for your highest good and what really matters to you. Okay? Now, that's not about saying, I'm just going to do whatever I like. It's about saying, I'm living this life for me, and I've got to think about, bring into the decision-making process what really matters to me. What is my purpose? What deep down is pulling me, calling me? And that we will always come up against choices, and we have our angelic team to support us, and you have Metatron for that as well. And he's going to help you to cleanse the doubt. He's going to help you to cleanse anything that's blocking your path, because, you know, excuses are a really fantastic way of stopping us from living our purpose, aren't they? When we say, oh, well, you know, when this happens, I'll do this. Or if I had enough money, I would, but I can't. What can you do today? What is stopping you from making an important choice and going towards what you know you were born to do? And where do you need to cleanse away some of those excuses that you make that are preventing you and have prevented you for days, weeks, months and years? What is it that you need to be thinking about? And that's what Archangel Metatron is aligning with you to help you with this week. So my loves, so many powerful messages. Now I have a final little gift for you this morning, if you want to stick around for a few moments. Before I do this, I've got this book called Laugh, Everyday Laughter, Healing for Greater Happiness and Wellbeing by Lisa Sturge. Isn't that cute? And that's like a little smile. So I've chosen a laughter message. So the angels love to be joyful and light and happy. They want you to be happy, okay? It's your birthright. It's really important. So I've chosen a message for 3 different messages. Oh my goodness, such a noisy motorbike. So I'd like you to think about message 1, 2, or 3, and this is your Archangel who's aligning with you. This is their message for you about laughter. I'm just going to go and grab a link from my website. 2 seconds. Okay, here is the link. So I have actually got a reading called your personal Archangel reading. So if you'd like to find out more about who your personal Archangel is, this is like a collective reading, but if you'd like a personal reading, I do have that. I also have a program that is beginning on the 1st of June called Angelic Abundance, and it is a fantastic program, and it's all about learning about the angels, angelic connections. So I'm going to show you some of the things that we'll be covering during this 44-day workshop. So you're going to get activities, meditations over 44 days to help you to find powerful ways to connect with your guardian angel. So that's the major subject, to help you to release the stress and tension, emotions in your mind and body that prevent you from living your very best life. We're looking at ways to relax and to connect with our angels and to feel their light and love, to awaken your intuition so that you can connect with your soul purpose, your higher self, your guardian angel, so much more, to learn to let go of things, to work with your angels to help you to let go of whatever needs to leave your life. We're going to be doing that over the 44 days, helping you to, oh, you can see me there, hello, finding your direction. So it's basically working with your angels to assist you with getting unstuck, to re-navigate your way towards your purpose, to release your fears about doing that. So once you know where you're headed, how your angels can work with you through fear, or dissolving the fears and bringing more love into your life in every way. Romantic love, brotherly love, sisterly love, family love, all of that. Attracting wealth and abundance. So where do we sometimes feel as though we're not worthy enough to attract money or to hold on to money, or where it gets in the way of us living our best life? And working with the new moon energies, angel support to manifest your wishes during the new moon, and also full moon magic. Different rituals for that, and how to set up angel altars and sacred spaces. So that program at the moment, well, it's going to be £55, but it's £44 if you get the early bird. So there's a few early bird spaces left. If you're in my angelic circle, you get 15% discount. So use your discount code if you're an angelic circle member. So I'm just going to grab the link to that and post that. Now, if you've done my other workshops, you may be thinking, oh, I've already done this. This is brand new content, absolutely fabulous new content that I'm working on. Brand new meditations, and I'm just loving doing it. So I hope that you can join me on that. So, okay, have you chosen your laughter message? Number 1, 2, or 3? Which one are you most attracted to? Okay, 1, 2, or 3, and I will read you your laughter message. So if you chose number 1, let's bring the light back. Thank you for the stars, Nicole. So superhero smile. So these are really silly, okay? These are ways to get you laughing and feeling happy. So number 1, she says, imagine you're wearing a colourful cape and have been summoned to do something extraordinary, like saving the universe before lunch. Stand or sit magnificently, toss your imaginary cape over your shoulders, breathe, smile and release a loud and defiant ha. Repeat, followed by ha 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 in an exaggerated superhero style, and then stride around still declaring ha 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 in heroic fashion. Okay, and I know these are really silly, but that's the idea. You're meant to laugh. So you're going to be a superhero. Imagine you've got this most amazing superhero outfit and a cape, and you're walking around laughing. And what have you been tasked with? Saving the world. These are so silly, they just make me laugh reading them. Okay, so the next one is number 2. Laugh in the face of fear. You can say, Sonia says, do I say Michael too? Yeah, and think of your ex-husband and laugh. Okay, laugh in the face of fear. Take it in turns to pick something you are worried or anxious about. Oh, well, you can do this with another person, but obviously if you're on your own, do it on your own. So basically pick something that you're worried or anxious about and declare out loud, I feel scared every time, and then whatever that thing is. So every time I drive on a motorway, I laugh in the face of this though, ha 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 ha, and do your laughter. And if you're with a friend, they can laugh along with you. So it's like whatever you're afraid of, just laugh about it. Okay? I laugh in the face of this fear. So that's number 2. I hope you like these. They're really fun, aren't they? And then this is my favourite one, number 3. So think about some awful thing that's happened, or think, you know, like Nicole with your phone. So replaying something in your mind that makes you squirm or feel a bit fed up. And then replay the event in your mind to the can-can music or something equally silly. So it's making me laugh, and imagine, you know, like you're doing the Tiller Girl routine and the can-can girl. So replay the event in your mind, and have the can-can music or some really crazy music playing as the soundtrack to whatever it is that you have been replaying in your mind that's making you feel fed up or making you feel sad. And yeah, so you've been replaying it all day, Nicole, so that's going to help you go to sleep. But you're going to have the can-can music playing in your mind, unfortunately. So there we go, my loves. Those are the Archangel messages this morning. I hope you've enjoyed them. I hope you get lots of good vibes from this. And if you need to come back and watch the replay, it'll be there for you, so you can reacquaint yourself with the messages. But also look out for signs from your Archangel this week, okay? And let me know. Keep me posted with how you get on with that. So, and be patient as well, because it takes time to build the connection. But sending lots and lots and lots of love your way. Let me see if I can do my switch to me. Can you see? This is why I don't do face-to-face, because I look frazzled by the end of it. So thank you so much, my loves, for joining me. I really appreciate having your company this morning. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of love to you. Bye for now.